My first interest was, why do bad guys win? Why do lies prevail? And I think it was Mark Twain who said, lie travels around the world while truth puts on its pants. And he's so right. And you look at like Chomsky's propaganda model, where he analyzes, you have like ownership and flack and institutional bias of the people that can get jobs in the media. And you add all these things up, and it's way worse than Soviet propaganda because it looks so convincing. It looks like that's just the way things are. And a meme is an idea that spreads from people to people, and basically everything that we think, everything that we do is just the sum of our memes and the way they interact in our own minds, which is called like internalism of memes. Some people don't think memes should be treated as a term for what goes on in your own mind. They think it's only like an internet video that goes viral. That's what most people think of as memes. But Susan Blackmore's work on memetics also defines a third category called tematics, or temes, technological replicators. So if you're playing a game that's teaching you stuff, and the AI in the game gets you to improve upon it and actually write new code that makes the AI smarter, the term that I use for the modules of AI that I envision being implemented as like modules to interact with OpenCog is each of these modules isn't a meme, it's a team. In the sense that if two characters are walking around in the world and they bump into each other and they say, hey, have you heard this latest theory? Did you know that AI could destroy the world? And the other character says, that's ridiculous because it has the skepticism meme and this character has the singularity meme or the unfriendly AI danger meme. Now, the goal of this character is to copy its team, its idea, into the mind of the other character. And so they have a quick conversation. This character says, I'll give that some thought. And it has a very lightly weighted version of this meme. So this character believes it more than this one. Well, that's a simulation of what we're doing right now. Every time we have a dialogue with each other, every time we even just do something without telling anyone, and people see it and say, oh, so-and-so did that? I'll do that too. Every single thing we do is a spreading of a meme. And every time we try to simulate that in the computer to make a character that can teach you about it or do it in a world that you can see and interact with, that's a team. And so there's a one-to-one relationship between the teams that we're writing for the AI programs and the memes that are the words that appear on the screen when they're teaching it to you, or the name of the badge that you get when you master the skill. The label you put on a particular lesson in life, like let's say, being good at business or, knowing how to raise money. That's a meme. That's a meme. It's a label. Now, it's not very precise because memes are not they're not yet definable in a physical sense. You cannot say, this meme is these neurons in your brain. But we're getting close. I mean, Sam Harris in The Moral Landscape actually talks about MRI research, which isolates particular emotions or particular reactions to particular circumstances to the point where you could actually brain scan for questions and answers to ethical issues, that previously philosophers were the only ones that could talk about them. But right now, we have a problem, and that is bad guys control the memosphere. Bad guys are in charge of the airwaves, and I don't want to say anyone who's in the media is a bad guy, but I mean, bad guys tend to own those people or be able to get them fired if they're pissed about something. So the challenge becomes this, and actually, I need to briefly explain the Red Queen hypothesis. If you are under attack and you're trying to build up muscles to defend against that attack, we call that critical thinking, or we call that sort of a course of intellectual self-defense analysis. But your only source of inoculation, if you will, is whatever you learn or take a course on or kind of figure out and call out and say, no, that's not true. But where do you get that learning? Well, right now you get it from like your parents. So your parents will say, I learned these things in my life, and your friends will say, I learned these things in my life. And you build kind of an immune system to judge things as true or false. But it's pretty inadequate compared to the professional teams of people that get together in dark, smoky rooms or brightly lit focus groups. And they strategize endlessly on how to break through your system.